I was elected president of COSAS. I was very young, unopposed. What are you telling me? I was elected president of COSAS, young, unopposed. I went into the conference of the Youth League in Limpopo. They contested me, and then I won. Subsequent to that, no one ever contested me. It's not EFF, it's the Youth League. I found it there, I didn't come with it. With old people, MECs and all of that. When I got elected, the secretary of the Youth League, how old was I? Was I 18, 19, 20, somewhere there? With old people. Contested me, I defeated them. They lost a complaint. The ANC said no, conference went well. Subsequent to that, no one contested me. Why? Because I was dictator to these MECs and these elderly people that were way older than me. People were there long before me. I'm a dictator to them. When I got elected the secretary of the Youth League, Mbalula didn't want me, Malusi Gigaba didn't want me, Zizi Godwa didn't want me. Out of my work ethics, they said, this boy, even if you don't like him, you can't falter him when it comes to hard work in the organization. They changed against their own people who were disrupting PEC meetings of the Youth League. They turned against them and said, what is your problem? Why don't you want this guy? Because this guy organizes Youth League events in this province. Mbalula even made a point that since this guy got elected the Youth League secretary in this province, I've never addressed empty chairs like I used to before. Those are the people who didn't want me to be the secretary of the Youth League, but came to accept that this guy, you may have problems with him, but when it comes to the organization, he's proper. We went to be contested in Mangaung for president of the Youth League. We won. The conference got adjourned, and I said to Kassel and them, I said, the mistake they are going to make is to say this top five, was it top five, right? Top five must organize the second leg of the conference, because if they do that, that conference is going to run smooth and there won't be contest. They made that mistake of allowing us to organize the second leg of the conference. In that short space of time, I traveled this country, established proper structures of the Youth League, make sure delegates are proper, they are in order, everyone confirms that these are our delegates and all. We came here in Nazareth here. There was no contest, nothing. Because I was a dictator of ministers, including the ANC Manabodi. I was a dictator of president and the top six of the ANC. I was a dictator. This, when we came here to conclude the conference of the Youth League, we did that with the help of the ANC team, which was given to us to reinforce that top five of the Youth League, to organize the last leg of the Youth League. I was dictating to those elderly people. I was dictating to the president. Come on, man. Come on, man. Stop being lazy thinkers. Why would this guy be a dictator of old people? My simple thing of being re-elected unopposed, or all the time being elected unopposed, is very simple. I work very hard. I work very hard. I don't take anything for granted. You give it to me, I will work on it and perfect it. I pay attention to the smallest detail. I know everything that is happening in this conference. Smallest detail. Even if you want to hate me, you'll come to accept that no, but it doesn't matter what we think of you. So I'm not a dictator, I'm a hard worker. I work hard. I come from nothing. I didn't dictate to anybody to be where I am here. I come from nothing. I come from a domestic worker who suffered from epilepsy, single mother. I worked my way up here, single-handedly, knowing where I come from. So I don't care who thinks what about me. Nothing. Because I know everything else I have, I've worked for it and I've earned it. It is those who can't defeat me who call me names that I'm a dictator. Alberta, when it comes to conference, Alberta have. When it comes to conference, Alberta will have a home against you. Better Ugaronaga will be Shaman second, but Passa second Ugaronaga by Bishamat or better, just baby. Kasal Matali, when he was elected chairperson of the ANC in Limpopo for the last time, before he got dissolved in government, they had a conference in Limpopo. I don't know. I think that one there with the white hat in the corner there. Maoleo will know he was there. Everyone had concluded Castle lost that conference. This one came to the conference on the day he said, he called me, he said, this guy's lost. He got very scared and he even left. He left the conference, he said, we lost. This conference, they've taken it over. I said to him, it will never happen. You will see what's going to happen. We doubled the effort in that conference. Got the women of the Women's League, turned around the balance of forces in that conference. The Women's League had a caucus at the student center. They moved from the student center to the hall. That morning, Floyd, when he called me, said, we are not going to win here. Now I'm leaving. This conference is gone. I met those women in their black and green uniform. And then I knew it's gone. We are killing them. Let's go. So, was I dictating to ANC delegates then? When Zuma got elected president, shaking, scared, we said to him, old man, don't be scared. We're taking this thing. We went to him and told him in his face, must never be scared. It's in the pocket, president. We took it. No one believed. We were sitting in town there when the biggest people were caucusing at the stadium in Polokwane. We got called and they said, yo, Mbeki has taken everybody. This conference is gone. We came back running. Consolidated forces had a caucus next to the door of the main hall. It was a tent. When the Mbeki people came back from the stadium, going into the hall, they got a shock of their life. Waking the ground. What matters is not how much money you have. Money accounts to nothing. Do you have the capacity to work the ground? If you're going to engage in elitist politics of tweeting and imagining Matorokis and Mapiano on Twitter, those of us who are on the ground, we just look at you and say, look at this cloud. We know what's going to happen. We are on the ground. We are not scared of the ground. That's why during elections I can do 4 or 5 provinces in 1 day, 2 days. No one does that. Because I've got a vision, I know what needs to be done. The battle must be fought on the ground, not in the media. I don't care what the media thinks of me. The media wrote me off long time ago. Long time ago, you all wrote my obituary, finished me off. Sitting me here with me today, after you wrote me off, I died many times. It's Pogumoli now, I'm a ghost. Because you buried me. That's why you can't imagine this thing that this guy will keep on finishing him off, but he comes back and comes back and comes back. Those VBS things and Matorokis things and divisions in the EFF that we must finish Malema. By the time they arrive there, they must go and kill each other. Wait. Didn't happen. More conference. Because your imagination has misled you. Why in charge? You're not playing games. So we don't have a problem. The additionals will be elected. In my input, I made a point that we need quality. It's not a dumping area.